Be thankful for everything that happens in your life. It's all an experience. An experience is often the most valuable thing you have to offer. Well, hi everyone. Let me today share with you my personal experience of having visited another beautiful place, the Mount of Beatitudes, believed to be setting for Jesus' most famous discourse, the Sermon on the Mount. Is one of the most beautifully serene places in the Holy Land, which I visited with my friends last month on 8th of February. Overlooking the northwestern shore of the Sea of Galilee, it offers an enchanting vista of the northern part of the lake and across the cliffs of the Golan Heights on the other side. Within sight are the scenes of many of the events of Jesus' ministry in Galilee, including the town of Capernaum, which is 3 kilometers away, where he made his home. The exact site of the Sermon on the Mount is unknown. Pilgrims commemorate the event at the eight-sided Church of the Beatitudes, built on the slope of the mount and accessible by a side road branching off the Tiberias Rosh Pena highway. This is the place where Jesus Christ gave us the 8th Beatitudes recorded for all posterity in the Gospel of Matthew. The teachings of Jesus of Nazareth were simple but unique and innovative during his time on earth. The Mount of Beatitudes is also understood to be the place where Jesus met his apostles after his resurrection and commissioned them to make disciples of all nations. The Church of the Beatitudes, an elegant octagonal building with colonnaded cloisters, blends into the slope rather than dominating it. The 8 sides of the light and airy church represent the 8 Beatitudes, and these are also shown in Latin in the upper windows. The centrally placed altar is surmounted by a slender arch of alabaster and onyx. Around it, the 7 virtues, justice, charity, prudence, faith, fortitude, hope, and temperance, are depicted by symbols in the mosaic floor. The Sermon on the Mount, a powerful summary of the fundamental teachings of Jesus, opens with his proclamation of the 8 Beatitudes, beginning with "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Matthew chapter 5 verse 3. Jesus taught orally rather than by writing. Matthew notes that he sat down before speaking, a typical Jewish position for teaching. The sermon indicated how Jesus' followers, described as the salt of the earth, should live so that they would be in right relationship with God and with others. "For I tell you," he said, "unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." Matthew chapter 5 verse 20. Hence, my dear friends, what we see is the message of Jesus is one of humility, charity, and brotherly love. He teaches transformation of the inner person. He presents the Beatitudes in a positive sense, virtues in life which will ultimately lead to reward. Love becomes the motivation for the Christian. All of the Beatitudes have an eschatological meaning. That is, they promise us salvation, not in this world, but in the next. While the Beatitudes of Jesus provide a way of life that promises salvation, they also bring peace in the midst of our trials and tribulations on this earth. So, dear friends, let us make it a point to pick up our Bible, read the Beatitudes, reflect over them, and see how we can mend our ways in this season of Lent and pick up virtues like humility, charity, and brotherly love.